What are some best responses to, "Why are you so quiet?" I usually only say one line per episode. I was raised by abusive librarians. Seems like you've been through a series of unfortunate events. You can see me? The accident wasn't your fault. It's time to let me go. I have nothing to say. I'd rather listen. An NBSP. To quote an answer to a similar question, very rarely do you get in trouble for saying nothing. I only speak when I have something to say. Sorry, I don't speak any English. Edit. Thank you all for writing it in your language. A friendly stranger once said this to me in a different context. Perfect American English Midwest accent, and it has been on my mind for a long time. Lol. Russians of Reddit. What do you think of Wagner's rebellion? Just seeing the question made me think of the Simpsons gag where Lisa gets a letter from her pen pal. Dear Lisa, as I write this, I am very sad. Our president has been overthrown and replaced by the benevolent General Kroll. All hail Kroll and his glorious new regime. Sincerely, little girl. Rue here. To be fair, I'm too tired to think literally anything of it. It all went downhill long time ago and I can't bring myself to hope things would get better. I just want to live to see the moment when it's all over. I hope I'll get to see that day. I hope you do too. As a student of history, it seems as if the Russian people have almost always been dealt a rather lousy hand by the powers that be. I hope this ends with a quickness and brings the Russian people a chance at new leadership into the modern world. What is the clearest case of living in denial you've seen? Friend diagnosed with diabetes 10 years ago. Has needle phobia, so afraid of pricking his fingers to monitor his blood sugar so doesn't, and just eats healthy. Due to blood sugar fluctuations, gradually goes blind and kidney fails. 5 years on dialysis, then finally gets a kidney transplant. Home again with new kidney. Is still afraid of pricking his fingers and decides he will manage his diabetes by eating healthy, just like he did for the past 10 years. My brother is married for the 4th time. My mother blames all his ex-wives. I keep pointing out her son as the common link to all the divorces. People of Reddit, you unexpectedly time travel back to 1985. The only way back is the long way back. What are you going to do? See Back to the Future in the cinema. Excellent movie, and it would be fun to experience it with a room full of people on their first time. I've seen this one. This is a classic. Go to a Metallica concert. Try not to interfere with my parents' teenage lives and endanger my existence. I would go watch myself be born. Then bet all my money on the Bears winning the Super Bowl. Buy Apple stock? In 1985, you'd want to buy Disney stock. Buy Apple stock in 1995. Bet on sporting events. Be a bit fucked really. No id, no money, nowhere to live. Everyone you know thinks you're 37 years younger. What's the strangest fact you know that most people don't? Some medications can cause hair to turn strange colors when bleached. My wife recently got her hair dyed and the first step was bleaching. Because of her medication, it went from medium brown to a light pink, like an anime character sort of pink. You could even see a line corresponding to a time when her meds were lowered then raised again. If you are exposed to roaches for a long enough time, you will become allergic to them. This also means you become allergic to pre-ground coffee. When scorpions mate, they do a dance. The male then ejaculates on the ground, grabs the female with his pincers and drags her through it, making sure it contacts her sex organ. That there are billions of pounds of cheese owned by the American government stored in a cave in Missouri.